and welcome back. I'm Tammy B. This is Real Life Advice by Tammy B. As I told you, I did go to college, and I did like to attend several bars when I was in college and have a good time. Um, but as I told my students at school forever and ever, I could hurt people with my mouth much worse than I could ever hurt them with my fists. Which leads me to this story. This is the one and only time that I ever thought that I was in a fight. Another story will come later that I was unaware that I was even in a real fight, but that'll come later on. But this was when we were in college. I believe we had maybe just about graduated, but they had this big, huge bar that they just opened up, and it was kind of swanky, fancy. Bartenders and all the guys that worked there wore like tuxedo vests with no shirts, and the girls had to wear like little skirt, and it was something. It was something. But they had to dress up, and I had a couple friends of mine that were bartenders, and then I had a couple friends that were waitresses out there. So we go out, have a good time, and both of the girl friends were working that night, along with one of the girlfriend's boyfriends was the bartender. And the girl that was not dating the bartender, that was waitress there, found out that the bartender was cheating on the other girl. And the girl that he was cheating on was there as well. So, as the good friends we thought we would start some smack. Well, as in we, the people I were with. And Stephania, I've got to use her name because at the time she was probably 5'10", weighed 100 and, I don't know, 20 pounds tops. Little bitty thing. And I was never a small thing, but I was large. And anyway, it got real nasty between the two groups and the girls, the waitresses, and it was just a real nasty scene. So I said, we better just leave. It was getting late, and I said, and I'm very seldom the voice of reason in that situation, but I didn't see it getting any better. I didn't see the situation going well at all. So I said, come on, let's go. And Stephanie was with me, but I call her Stephania, and I said, Stephania, let's go. Well, she picks the biggest hoss, who happened to be a friend of the girl that was cheating with the bartender. She starts running her mouth. And I'm not talking a little, I'm talking a lot. And I mean, I don't want to take away from this lady, but she was 400 plus pounds. If she was enormous, and not just a big girl, she was tall too. She could pull it off, man. There was no way in hell that we are going to hurt this woman, or have I any intentions of doing it. Well, as we were walking out, as I said, Stephania starts running her mouth, and this woman, she takes Stephania and pins her against the wall like this with her neck, and like choking her out. And we were like in the lobby as we were coming in, and there wasn't anybody really seeing it, and it was just me, and I was about out the door. And I was like, oh good God, I've got to do something. I can't let my friend get her ass kicked or choked out. So I started running like a raging bull. That's the only tactic I had. And I hit the woman, bounced off. She then proceeded to cram me into the wall and pull my hair out, beat me down. And to the point where I was crying. I believe Stephania was like riding her back or something. Anyway, the bouncers came over and broke it all up. I was scared to death. I don't believe at that point in my life I'd ever been scared like that. I mean, I just got my ass handed right to me, beat down. And they escorted us out, and I remember asking the bouncer, I think I knew him a little bit. I was like, can you please walk us to my car? I don't want her coming out after me. I was super scared. So, again, only real fight I ever call a real fight that I've ever been in. And I can hurt people much worse with my mouth than I could ever with my hands, although I don't like to hurt people with my mouth. But fighting is never a good option, all right? But you have to do, if your friend's getting their butt kicked, you've got to stand up for them as well. But anyway, there was a lot of life lessons learned that night. I did not go back to that bar, I don't think, ever again. You know, I didn't think it was a good idea. In fact, in later weeks, I hadn't even left my apartment, and my friend wanted to go have breakfast one morning. And we walked into this local breakfast place, and there that woman was, and I was scared to death she was going to recognize me and want to kick my ass again. And I told my other friend that I was at the restaurant with, I said, Laura, that's the woman. And she said, oh my God, you're kidding me. You took her on, and she knew who she was. She was known around the area to kick people's behinds a lot. And she said, you had not a chance in hell of winning. And I was like, I know, but I was sticking up for my friend. So the things you do in life to help out friends, or things you think you're doing in life to help out friends, and then you get a true life lesson out of it. So this is Tammy B signing off, wishing you guys nothing but the best. Make the most of your future.